Hello, and welcome to the next installment of Building a Game from Scratch with Creepspread. I'm your host, Chris Renshaw, and I'm stalling for time because I don't actually... We're at a part of the game, or the design, where I gotta do some quote-unquote heavy lifting. And the ironic part of this is that this is the guts of the game. There's two roads we can go. We can do the set action list, or we can do cards with various actions. If we do a set action list, then we would have action counters. Action counters every time a player takes an action, the other side is given a counter, or two or three. Certainly cuts down on the number of cards acquired. But cards are cheap. But this in my head feels like the right move. Now, cards with various actions means you need to cover all actions multiple times. You need to design multi-use card faces. And designing multi-use card faces, to me, I feel like that adds a lot of places in the game that could be imbalanced. Or I feel like building a set action list is going to be easier to make adjustments along the way. But doing cards with various actions... Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do this... build will be set action list, and okay, this is going to be set action list to get the game going. If we get to expansions, or we run into not enough options, we cannot type this morning. We will add we'll make this a hybrid set/card action, or add a full-on layer of card actions. Okay. Well, now that we need that, what are the set actions? I'm on base B. Or have I done this already? General notes, to-do list, potential actions. Here we go. Players work for both sides, but if you play too many cards on one side, they become suspect. Oh, I don't know how excited I am about that idea. Gather information, move information. Okay, this is really generalized list. Give players expanded actions so they get more involved. Why am I interested in moving information? What actions can I take in neutral territory? Okay, those are really generalized. In fact, I'm going to make a note up here These are general. See, I can't type today. This is why I don't make videos before coffee in the morning. Okay. Alright. I'm sitting on the base A side. I can add a card to defenses. Now, actually, before I go too much farther, I'm thinking in my head that there are cards in the game, but there is a set action list, and the cards are going to act as they'll act as the units that are moving across the board, or maybe those can be tokens, because cards are going to be too big. Well, let's just keep talking this out, and we'll see where we go. But in my head, there are definitely cards in the game, just not as many of them, because we don't have to cover actions of the cards. Okay, so I can add... Well, hold on a second. No, okay, we're just... Alright. Add a token, which is a unit. I'm always leery about tokens because tokens can get easily marked up. And I've always felt like a marked token is easier to remember and identify by the rest of the table, whereas a marked card isn't as easy to identify. That's just my own personal feeling. I could be wrong. I'm willing to accept your hate mail, but or idiot mail, I guess, in this case. I don't think you could really hate me for thinking that, but I will accept your idiot mail if you think that marked cards are easier to identify than marked tokens. Add a token to the defenses. Actually, and that's a much easier way to randomize who's been... You just slide them around. Okay. Add a token. So, okay, I'm on base A side. I'm going to add a token to the defenses. Okay. I'm going to look at one of the tokens in the lineup. So I should say, let's go over here. Do I want this one? Okay. I have to confess, I did think a little bit about. I did a little extracurricular thinking about this game last night, so and I didn't videotape it, but it was just this portion. I promise you, the rest of the time I'm doing this on the fly. There's going to be, in every row, there will be a lineup, and this will be token, 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 and they'll be face down, and players can look at them if they want. Players can look. And essentially, this is the lineup of. This is the lineup of tokens that will be crossing the board. Okay. So, we'll go back over here. You can look at one of the tokens in the lineup. You can look at token in row, in column, sorry. You can, let's see, flip. You can flip a token in lineup. You can flip a token in row. Let's see, flipping costs more. We'll say, oh, look at that. I can't even get my terminology straight. Column. Actions in columns cost more. You know what? When player has their pawn located on creep, they can look at units as they travel over. When players have their pawn located, what? Oh, right. Okay. their pawn. Players will have pawns to show what side of the board they are on. Okay. What I'm looking for, I should have said this earlier. What I was looking for, I knew I had a note in here about when a token is over creep. If a player's on the creep, you can look at the unit essentially for free. It's a free action. Is it a free action? This might be a free action. Then everybody, well, because then okay. The problem here is everybody's going to jump into the middle and see what these units are. So okay, it's not a free action. Not a free action. I mean, could players really exploit this? Should this just not be a thing? If it is a thing, it needs to be easy to beat down creep, is what needs to happen. And we're going to table this one for now. I don't want to... Okay. I don't want to put my head in a space somewhere else on the board. I feel like I actually have a nice little road to make some progress here. Putting myself on side A, or by base B or base A, whatever. And so we're just gonna keep traveling down this road. We'll come back to creep actions later. Okay, so I can look at one of the tokens in a lineup. I can look at a token in the column. I can flip a token. I can flip the column. Base defenses, these are not lookatable. Are not lookatable. Totally a word. Okay. And this could even be a bag. I mean, that would be extra component cost, but then you don't have to worry about marked tokens. This could be a bag. The idea of making a game without cards is kind of foreign to me, considering that most of the games I design are almost all cards. Are they? No, that's not true. What am I talking about? I think when I think of a game, I'm thinking all in cards. And then we design it going other directions. But still, I'm not used to designing a game that doesn't have many, if any, cards. Okay, I can look at a token. I can flip a token. What else can I do? What are we doing? We're on this side. We're trying to gather information. Oh, okay. Yeah. Deploy. Deploy unit. Now, I should say, there's going to be a standard. Think of it this way: there's going to be an initiative track. I think, is there? Did I write initiative somewhere? No, I didn't. Huh. That might be the Necromantion that has an initiative track. Is it? I could have sworn I had an initiative track for this. No. 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 I don't think I have an initiative track. Okay, so we're going to have to give where general notes? Here they are. Okay. There is an order. There's a turn order. There is a turn. Can you believe that? There's a turn order. There's a turn order. Part of that order is to add and move more base units to the game. This may or may not include creep. Players will have at least 2 actions on their turn. And the reason players are going to have at least 2 actions is I don't want to have players put in a situation where they're on a side and they don't have any action points to use. So one of the actions has to be take extra action points. Deploy units. Actually, okay, before we... Actually, okay. No. Okay. Take action points. No. Add action points to pool. Could it be any pool? Sure. Why not? Deploy unit. There is a... okay, there's going to be a regular unplayer. Is that even a term? It is now. There's a regular unplayer deployment of units. There's also a regular unplayer addition to the lineup. Is that what we're calling it? I don't even know anymore. Lineup. Yeah, the lineup. Okay. And this will these are random. Oh, this is another bag. Oh wait, okay. So the problem with using a bag is that the token, you could draw a token and you'd see the face of it. No, we can't do that. What was the other bag I was going to use for? Add a token, unit defenses. Okay, can't use bags. Can't use bags. You're out. Bye-bye. Come back next game. We'll talk. These are random. Unit tiles are face down. This now brings into question regular units. Because when we built the unit lists, these lists are based on the fact that you actually know what you're going to be playing. Now, we can still keep these units, and they can still be face down. There can just be specific tokens. And I have to play a certain number of points and the token will be added face up, or you can just do face down deployments. We'll have to think about that. So what exactly am I trying to say here? Do I want to put this in general notes, or do I want to put this next close to the units? We'll just put it in general notes for now. Units. Okay. Oh, what we can do is we can make different level tokens. Okay, that's what we're going to do. The tokens have backs. We can say this is a level 1 token. Okay. Unit deployment is based on unit class. There are class 1 actions, there are class 1 units, units, and class 2 and so on. A player will take an action. A player will take an action to deploy. Yeah? I don't know. I have one cat. I'll deal with him in a minute. Okay, player will take an action to deploy a token of a certain class level. A player will take an action to deploy a token of certain class level. Players can also move tokens of certain class level. Okay. That's not a complete thought yet. At least we know what we're going to do. Okay. Add action pools. Okay. Some over there. Deploy a unit. Tiles are face down. I think players should be able to pay to look for a certain token. Pay to look for a certain token. Okay. I think I need to put a cut in here. Yeah, I'm reaching a part where I got to do a lot of thinking, and or that's my way of saying I've kind of lost my buzz. Let's see. Add a token to the defenses. I like that. Look at tokens. I like that. Flip them over. I like that. Deploy a unit. I like that. Move a unit. Move a unit. Oh, in row, in column. In line. Like change their spot. What else could I do over there? You know what? I need to put in a break here, so I'll leave it to you. What do you think some potential actions are when you're sitting on a base side? We're not worried about creep at this point. That's another video. So if you have any thoughts, let me know, and I'll see you next time.